Just moved out of my freshman dorm. You guys heard that right. As of May 12th, 2026, I am no longer a freshman in college. Hey, and welcome to my channel. This video is going to serve as an introduction video because this is my first one. My name is Jalen. I go to Ramapo College of New Jersey, and I major in international studies and public policy, or with a minor in public policy. So this video is going to be all about college, from the very beginning to the very end, meaning the fall semester to the spring semester. Now, it's going to be about everything about college, from the juicy details that people don't tell you about college, and all of the things from like move in to move out. So like all the little mini things, and honestly, this is the type of video that I wish that I had going into college. So I'm here offering it to you guys. Before we hop right into all the good, juicy details, I want to preface a little bit about myself so that it makes a more sense to you guys. So, I am a student athlete, meaning that, well, the obvious, I play a sport at my college, and that sport is volleyball. I am an RCNJ Road Runner Pride. Um, yeah, I'm a volleyball player, and I have been a volleyball player for a very, very, very long time. So, yeah, and if you guys are wondering about positions, I am a middle, and yeah. So basically, why that is important is because a student athlete's college experience is a little bit different from a regular student's college experience. Not saying that, like, we live on two polar opposite versions of the world, but just to let you guys know that, like, my move-in days, my experiences for fall semester specifically are very, very, very different. And that because women's volleyball is a fall sport, meaning that like I moved in earlier, my preseason happens in the summer or late summer instead of like the beginning of the fall semester. My season is during the fall, and then in the spring I kind of turn a little bit into like a regular student, but I'm still like working out and all these things. So that's important for later details. So let's hop right in. You guys might see me looking down a couple times because I have my iPad down here with like photos and my physical timeline so that I can be more accurate with you guys. And I'm gonna put on my glasses because I just put myself in the eye. I got the glasses on and we're gonna hop right into it. So move-in day for me, preseason move-in for the athletes was August 14th. And that was honestly a really, really fun time. I mean, it was probably one of the most nerve-wracking moments of my life because like I had only met these girls when I had gone into the gym to meet them with my coach. So basically, the athlete move-in was where the teams, so like the fall seasons, which would be the the soccer team, so men's soccer and women's volleyball, we were the big fall sports, and we would move into one of the freshman halls together. We would live there for like about like a week or like weekish 2 weeks, and that, I will say, that's probably more of like a niche experience. But I mean, not everybody was able to do that, or not many colleges that I know of do that. So honestly, it was probably one of the best things because I was able to meet these girls in person, and I was I was sharing a room with one of them, and like that obviously is like super, super, super like nerve wracking. So I met her, and we were spending all of our time together. We were literally like, we would meet up in like the floor lounge, and we would just start talking, and I would meet the girls, and just also a lot of gossip. But I mean, like, you can't really avoid that, and it's honestly probably one of the more fun things about like the preseason. Um, we had our gear day on August 14th. So I'm gonna be inserting pictures and all of that. So oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm so excited! Oh my god! Gear day was absolutely amazing. We went down to our athletic center and we walked into our locker room, and like our coach had like all of our like gear sitting on our chairs, and I swear that was probably like one of the best days of my life. Like I was just like, no way. And that's when kind of the realization hits you that you are a college athlete. Like your school's spending money on you so you can have like Remapo gear from like head to toe. It's amazing. And all I can really say is that from August 15th down to like August 20th, that was all just preseason training. You would spend time with each other, go on side quest. I love side questing. And then we would just start working out, practicing in the gym. And you can imagine it's August and the climate is horrible. It's super hot and like everything was hot. We were barely wearing like full length clothes. Everything was just like shorts and all of that. So that was super fun. Now we're going to move on to August 23rd, and that was when I moved into my regular dorm assignment as a freshman. Now, I currently live maybe 32 minutes away from my school, so I chose to dorm like throughout a lot of conversation with my family, and we chose only to dorm for 1 year. Now we only did that because like for many people who go to school in state, a lot of what we feel like that is kind of like a problem is the college experience and the full college experience, because a lot of people that are commuters are people that live within that less than a mile radius. I mean mile, less than an hour radius. And like a lot of people that do dorm are people that are out of state or people that live at least like an hour plus away from the school. And because I live 32 minutes, which is really nothing, it was a little bit of a struggle trying to like decide whether we were going to live on the dorms or not. But because I chose to only do it for a year, that's what we compromised and managed to do. Now, my move in was August 23rd, and I obviously did not have a lot of stuff at the moment because I transitioned from the temporary dorms straight into my regular dorm assignment. And also, I got there first before my roommate got there. So, I was like in my room alone for like a solid like 2 3 days, and it was so funny because like I'm trying to like decorate the room, and it's a little bit hard to decorate only your side of the room when you have things that you and your roommate are going to share. So I will. Moving on to registration and actual classes. Now, as a freshman, obviously, prior to your first day of actual classes, your registrar and your like counselors and all of these things are going to help you with picking your classes. And here's something I wish someone told me. Make sure that before you commit to a college, you check if your college of choice accepts certain AP grades. Now, in high school, if your school does AP or IB or any of those types of things, you're going to have like scores. And in the state of New Jersey, as far as I know, a 3 is passing. And that is true. Most colleges in New Jersey accept 3s. And there's only a very small handful of colleges that accept 4s and above, and they don't take 3s as passing. Now, I did not know that before I committed to Ramapo College, and I took a lot of AP classes like AP European History, AP Regular American History. I took AP Lit and AP Lang, and all those different types of things. I got a 3 on. And I thought that when I go to college, I would be able to, like put in file my 3s and be like, hey, I got 3s. Can I take these credits and can I skip out of certain gen eds? No, I could not. And that reason is because of the fact that Ramapo College takes 4s and above. So if you're a student of high integrity, I very much recommend you to heavily include that in your college decision process, because I can say, at least for myself, in a form of reflection, I kind of do feel as though that like partial of my first semester and a little bit of my second were a little bit of like redundant or redundancy in like the classes I was taking, because I felt as though I was already very privy, or I was very like well knowledgeable on the things that I was being taught. And that's, I'm not saying that it was a waste, because college is never a waste, but if you want to avoid some of that like that tediousness when it comes to registration and classes, take that into account. And then like have like a connection with your counselor, because that matters. Like I absolutely love my counselor. He's a little old Asian guy, and he just genuinely cares for all of his students like academic careers. So make sure that you do that as well, because when you're trying to figure things out and you don't understand what you're doing or where you're trying to go, they are always the first people that will come to your aid. Now we're reaching the timeline of our semester where you're getting really comfortable with your classes, you have a very solid group of friends, and you're getting closer to the end of your semester. Sorry, by the way, for any like of the background noise. I have my little brother, my baby brother, behind the camera, and every time he whines, I like look up to him. But we're gonna forget about him for now. So basically, you're at the point of your semester where you're feeling pretty seasoned. But this is really, really where you have to focus because you sometimes it's very easy to get lost in the sauce of all like the amazing, totally awesome things about college. But you have to learn that the freshman slump is a real, real thing. And like even if like your grades are already like they're super sharp and you're perfectly fine, you're gonna realize that like you're gonna end up going on this decline, whether that be academic, like letter grade decline, or whether it's gonna be a mental decline or a social decline, you're gonna go through some type of decline. And this is what I wish someone also told me when I was going into high school. Because I have always been a very high regarded, like high status of a type of scholar. You know, I never had to worry about my academics. But going to college and going through that slump, including the fact that I'm also an athlete, it was really hard for me. So like I was on like a downwards trend. Sorry guys. I was on a downwards trend with my like academics and I kind of saw like my grades plummet. Mind you, I never really thought that my grades plummeting was a representation of me because I'm going into college with no other records. So like no, I don't have a set GPA going into college. So like the grades that I make my first semester are my baseline grades. And that being said, for all of my high achievers watching this video right now, or even my lower achievers, just know that it's going to get really, really, really tough. And like everyone around you is going to feel it. All of your other freshman friends, all of your crew, like y'all are all going to go through it. And one piece of advice I can give to you guys is that it is okay. Like it is perfectly, perfectly fine to go through this downwards trend, and it is perfectly okay for you to feel the way that you do. Just know that it is not a reflection of who you are.